Okay, then yes, maybe we can begin by you.
Okay, just a quick introduction. My name is Singer, and I'm
Yeah, just
in GR.
so in GR.
And I'm working as a psychologist here with children
Okay.
and parents. And I also give lectures for students in a university in Hanoi.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
My name is Han.
Yes.
H-A-N-H.
Yes.
Okay. I'm the youth program manager at the British NGO. We work on climate change.
Okay.
And yeah, we also work on the sustainability education. Our beneficiaries are young people and children.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
And it's well, now I work for the English course for children, like like a shop, right? So we manage bringing to children, primary children.
Okay.
And also be like parents to see how is the education work.
Okay.
And psychologists and yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Hyo.
You? H-U?
I-E-U. E-U.
EU. Yeah, I hear you. Like this. You. Okay.
Yes, okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's easy for you.
Thank you.
Well, I graduated from a business school. However, now I work in education
Okay.
for primary school.
Okay.
Projects.
Okay.
Especially in teaching, I can say life skills, cooking skills, and it's directly on my favorite subject is to teach thinking skill.
Okay. All right. Okay, and then just by curiosity, why are you interested in the work we do? Can you have a say? Thank you. Just don't know, yeah, maybe just anyone who wants to say. Or yeah, we give it by you.
Yeah, as I said, my beneficiary is a children, and from kindergarten to high school students, and I really want to help them to from personal development. So that's why this thinking is one of the components.
Okay.
Along with maybe well-being, emotional development, moral, and this kind of personal development. So
Okay.
thinking is one part of it.
Okay.
So I want to know how to approach this part and how to help children to develop this.
Okay. All right. Oh yes, you said it already. I think as parents and also as working with children, right?
We working with children and also want to know the same as Hyo is explaining.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a psychologist first of all, and I really want to start something with my child.
Yes. Okay.
Of course, because psychology, we see the thing as a whole. A person is the whole, emotions and thinking and other things. But thinking is something really interesting. And at all, I think in Vietnam, we don't have really a good methods of thinking. As in science, the one thing is really frustrating when a friend of mine, he is French, told me that how can you have science in Vietnam? Because all the people in psychology or sociology that he has met never asked the question why. So how can you have science? So frustrating to me when I heard the question, but actually at the same time, I want that we now here and new generation can pose a question why. So
Okay. All right. Okay. You want to add something?
Yeah, just a little. I do care about young people and children.
Okay.
So I want to learn how to support them to meet their potential and then turn back to support their communities.
Okay.
And maybe in terms of also resilience and to have kind of sustainable development.
Okay. All right. Then okay. Then we see but maybe I will just explain a little bit, what is really a practical philosophy, and then maybe we will do like a small exercise, I like to do with children, but of course we like not as children, but as adults, But sometimes, when you see the children do something, like I give you an example, I was in a school this morning, in a primary private school, and the children went crazy. It was just making noise and everything, in the class. And I just asked a girl, I said, look, why do you come to school? She said, I come to learn. And we discussed a little bit, I questioned her. And then I asked a boy who was really talking and playing with another boy. I said, and you, why do you come to school? He said, I come to learn. I said, then is it possible to learn and play? He said, yes, of course, it's possible, And we had discussions, then I said, look, now, we have something. You have to decide who thinks you can learn without playing, And then I just asked the kids, and then it goes on. It was quite difficult, but at the end, and I said, look, here visibly, you say, is it always like that? Or it's only here that you do this? And one kid said, oh, it's only here. In class, we never do that. I said, okay, we're going to check with the others. And when I checked, most of the kids said, it's always like that. I said, okay, but can somebody explain why? There was a little girl, and half an hour earlier she cried because I was questioning her, and she began to cry. And the teacher, she went and said, please, don't do that. I said, leave her crying. It's nothing. No, she will stop crying, And after I discussed with the teacher, that she was just like that. And all the time, when the child was doing, she was going to like this. And I said, it's not good not to do that, And this girl, she was crying before, she raised her hand. I said, okay, She said, because we don't have any rules in the class, and everybody does whatever he wants. And I said, okay, and the teacher, of course, they were not very happy with that. And everybody agrees with this girl. I said, okay, now it's finished, but, and I said, truth usually can come also from the children, because what she said, everybody agreed. And the teacher said, we don't know how to deal with children. But I said, look, it's your job to put some discipline in the class. Because it was crazy. Imagine you have 25 kids who scream in the class, who play with the other, and it's like that all day. I cannot understand, But the teacher said, yeah, we don't know how to deal with it. I said, but it's your responsibility to put some discipline on that. Yes, but it's a private school, and really. And I said, look, then who teach that to the children? And of course, she was born and she said, yeah, we do, but she wasn't happy with that, And then it's really to make conscious of what's going on. And when the children act in a way, usually they don't learn it by themselves. Somebody teaches them. So parents, but also the teachers. And then, of course, after, you have to make them think about what's going on. And the purpose of this, when we do workshops, like I will do with you, it's really to say, what are you doing? Instead of saying, stop talking with your friend. You don't say, stop talking, you say, what are you doing? And of course, the boy knows that also that he talks. But you need, and usually he says, nothing, I don't know, of course he knows. But he doesn't want to admit it. And then with a group, you think about that. And usually you have one kid, he says, oh, they are talking. I say, then why does he say nothing? And just to make things about that, to be conscious. And to philosophize is really to become conscious of what you are doing, what you are saying, and to accept this, Like I say, it's your responsibility, the teacher cannot be at your place. You are here, you are in a class, you're not outside now. Then you have to make choice. Like for example, again this morning, but I have that all the time, then there is a boy, he doesn't want to accept the rule. I said, look, little boy, I don't remember his name, I said, you have a choice now. Either you accept the rule, you stay in the rule, Either you don't want to accept it, and it's okay with me, but you go out of the group. When you want to accept it, you come back. But I say you have the choice, you know, and there is no punishment. I don't scream, I don't yell at him, but I say, look, you have the choice. And he watched me, he said, okay, I want to say no. I said, but look, it's the second time. Third time, you go out. And then, you know, just to make them choose. And of course, you can say it's a trick, I do. But at the same time, if you don't yell, if you don't scream, if you don't say, okay, you don't do it, you know, punishment, like we do in France, but in other places, you know, then the child said, okay, the teacher is not mad at me, but okay, I choose now. And for me it's very important, you know, to make conscious, because the child is 4 years old or is 15 years old, you know, he knows very well what he's doing. You know, I say sometimes we think they are too small. But they're not stupid. They're not so small in the head. To do bad stuff, they are not small. They are not stupid. Then to do some other things. And of course it's something, you know, we have to deal with that. And either maybe as a mother, but also when you work with children in school or anywhere, I think important to set up rules and to say, okay, to make choice. And here it's what we'll do, like a dilemma I work, and I will ask you to make choice. And of course, sometimes it's very difficult to make choice. But, and you know, I'm here, I don't know in Vietnam, but I saw in some other country, but here it depends. Here it doesn't depend, you know, it's either yes or no. Of course, you can do it maybe all the time, but sometimes, you know, just to improve yourself, to say, okay, what will I do? Okay, then it's more about that. Yes, but just maybe I'm going to finish my paper. I have with me all the time, then maybe just to know, tell you a little bit about practical philosophy, you know. Then, for me, then you have two things in the philosophy as a practice. Oh, I'm sorry, if you don't understand something, because my English is not my main language, you stop me and I do it again, okay? Just tell me. Okay, then you have three registers. Intellectual aspect, to think by yourself. Existential aspect, be yourself. And social aspect, to be and to think in the group. Intellectual, existential and social. Then intellectual aspect is to propose some ideas, to produce concept, to articulate, to clarify, things like that, you know. Existential is to assume yourself when you make choice, when you make judgments. It's to see, yes, you understand?
Yeah.
Existential.
Existential, yes. Yes, okay. To be conscious of yourself, of what you do, of how you act, of your ideas. Okay, okay, to recognize mistakes, and something incoherent in yourself. And in philosophy, there is an idea of a German philosopher, Hegel, who said truth presupposes mistakes. Then there is no truth without mistakes. But of course, usually we don't like to say, I did a mistake. And especially, for example, the teachers in front of the children. Yeah, but you know, yeah, it's something to admit, you know. Like a child can make a mistake, I can make a mistake. But I have to accept it and to recognize it in front of the other. Okay, and to be distant of what you are, and sometimes, and you will see what I ask you. In the workshop we do it, you will understand better. But like this teacher this morning, I said, you're not a mother to this child, you know. Because now, you know, she cried because she wasn't happy with my question. Then you go on, you know, oh, my poor little girl. But, you know, then if you do that, the child can do it again, you know. Instead of saying, look, now, it's something, it's okay, but I don't enter in your game, you know. Like a child, when he, I don't know, in your house, the child breaks something, or, and after he comes and say, oh, mommy, I love you so much, you know. And of course, because you're the mother, oh, okay, it's nothing. Yeah, but it's something. Then, if at this moment you don't have this distance, the child will do it again. Because he says, I can do something bad. 2 minutes later, I go, my mother, I say, I love her. Everything is, you understand, but you know that, I think as mother or as father, if you have kids or as teachers, something we know. Yes, then to get this distance, very important. Even if it's hard, because sometimes, especially with some children you just sometimes just want, I don't know, maybe be mad at them, but some children say, oh, but I know him, he's so sweet, he's so cute. Yeah, but even if he's cute, it is something not good. Then this distance, understand that?
Attachment and detachment.
Yes,
Yeah.
right, yes.
Okay.
Yes, very, very important, And in the work we do, it's very important to have that.
Yeah.
Because it obliges you to be with the other, not with yourself. Yes. And social, what we call social aspect, and it's very important in this work, is to listen to the other, to respect the other, try to understand him, not trying, understand him, to get interest in his thought. And in Vietnam, I'm just here for 3 days, but I went to 2 schools yesterday and today with small kids and bigger kids. And what I see, and the children, they are not interested in the other. They don't care about the other.
Yeah.
And that, it's really, okay, I saw that in some other places, of course, but here this morning, I was talking with a child, questioning about what he was doing. And another girl was talking and playing. I said, and she was 9 years old, 10 years old. I said, what are you doing? And she said, nothing. I said, okay, I discussed it. Okay, I was talking. I said, why? I said, it's not interesting what this boy said? She said, no. I said, why? Because he's not my friend. Oh, I said, okay, then what is a friend for you? Just somebody I can play with. I said, the teacher. When she talks, are you interested in what she said? Yes. Is she your friend? Oh yes, she's my friend. Does she play with you? No. Okay, then now we have a problem. No problem. And then, you ask the group who sees the problem. And then we discuss about that. But the girl didn't want to recognize it. But after, just think, like that. Okay, but at least, just to make her conscious. But if you do that just very slowly, and you use the others. And that's it's for that I asked the children to say, you have to listen. This problem becomes a problem of everybody. And here we lack problems. And it's another way. Of course the teacher said, nobody lacks problem. I said, yes, but here, we learn to lack problem. Because this problem becomes the problem of the other, and we don't see, it's not a big stuff, the ceiling is not going to fall on your head, or there is no punishment, because it's always afraid of punishment. Wow, I don't know why, but something like that, just to say, look, we discussed about that. And if somebody else will said, okay, what did he do for you? I don't know. You said, but look, what did he do? Did he work for you? Yes. What do you do when okay, I said thank you, and to really to go with the other, to say, look, the other, even if he's not my friend, he helped me to do something, then I'm going to thank you for that. And for me, it's really to install some respect for everybody. Because the children are the same, but they are also very different. You have children more, more slow, some very fast, but they have the same right in the class. The slow one and the fast one, the bright one and the more slow. For me, that doesn't mean they're not bright, but they have some more difficulty. But it's the same, it's a group. Everybody has the same thing. Like yesterday, for example, I was kindergarten. They say they have a lot of children with some handicap, very. Then they say, okay, it's not a problem, but see what they can do. I'm sure they can do things that the other don't do, and try to encourage them and try how to see to make them work together instead of, because they say the other children, they reject them or they imitate them or things like that. Then, trying to work together. How can you do something together? Not only the good ones, but everybody, because when I say the good, it's just more irony about that, But, not only the one who are maybe faster, but also the other one, because everybody has the same right in the class. and everybody can teach something to the other. Yes, you understand? Then it's really something very important in the work we do. Okay, then maybe I stop there because I think I talked too much already. Maybe I propose you to do a workshop. Then I will ask you to accept the rules. Okay, my rules for 1 moment to trust. It's one attitude, you know, say trust to the other. Like in a class, you ask the child to trust you, you know, like I will ask you to trust me. We do that for 1 hour workshop, and after, when we are finished, we take the time to analyze the difficulties and everything, and after I will maybe give you more about what we call the attitudes and the competencies. We work on that with the children. And I will show you, but maybe more as marvels, how you can work with this kind of book. Okay, more personally, because like we said, these books are not for the children, they are for the parents. Because if you look at the question, it's really kind of question, you know, when you say, do you have the right to steal, to eat, something you can ask to another and to a child, you know. But you will see that I will take a few minutes after. And after you will have time also to ask question or anything, okay? But then I propose 1 hour workshop, okay? Until 4 o'clock. That's okay?
Sure.
Okay, but first of all, do you have any question about what I said before?
No question, but I mean, just want to emphasize the last point. That
yes,
it's really important, as my experience, because it depends. How to say, it leads to the individual behavior that impacts the community when they grow up.
Yes.
And it's very important. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And you know, it's an idea of Plato. Remember the very old philosopher? He said, when you are small, you want everything. To grow up, you have to choose. And to grow up, it's also that, to make choice in your life, because you have to make choice, you know that. It's not only in the class, but everywhere. Yes. And it's also to make choice, to live with the other, to respect the other, like you want the other to respect you, and all these things, you know. Then it's, yes. Yes, comment or question? No?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
I just wonder, of course, I'm so 3 components of practical philosophy is really interesting. But I just wanted to know how you drew those 3 components from the whole philosophy.
From the philosophy, the history of philosophy?
Yeah, for example, because intellectual, I agree with that. It's really about thinking, about knowledge, about everything. It's essential. It's something about to be the person now and here.
Yes, right.
And to be an individual in a community is the 3rd aspect.
Yes.
And 3, I agree, but I just want to know where it
come from. Okay. Then, for example, the existential, you understand, it's social aspect, you know, where it come from? You know, it's come from some philosopher. For example, you have Descartes, you know, French philosopher. He said to go with the other, to go to the other, you have to decenter yourself. You have to take off all your own opinions, attitudes, take them to be with the other, to listen to the other. You have Descartes. You have Plato, you know, you say you have to be there, you know, to philosophize also to be there. Not to be in another place, but to be there now, with the other, to have sympathy with the other, to have empathy. That's an idea of Plato. And you have all of them, confrontation. It's an idea of Heraclite, pre-Socratic, but also Plato, and this idea of agon that we find on Nietzsche, for example, but in Plato, he has a very nice idea about confrontation. He said, take off your shirt and come to the ring for a body to body. But when he said body to body, it's mind to mind, confrontation, social aspect. And Nietzsche calls that agon concept, but it's the same, confrontation, but with ideas. You see, so you have all the philosophers, you find them, but of course, we use the philosophers to make practice. because philosophy usually is the teacher of philosophy in France, but I know in some other place, I don't know in Vietnam, there are more teachers of history, of philosophy, about the Marx, about all these big ideas, but they don't make you think. Alright, but it's too bad, because if you read them, they have some very nice ideas and it's very practical, you know. When Socrates was going to the market and talked with anybody and was asking him questions, it's really practice. And he didn't even write anything. But remember, he was killed. He was forced to be killed because he was questioning too much people and it was bothering some people, you know. Oh, it's terrible, you know, at the same time. And you take some philosopher, you know, they like Nietzsche spent this time alone in an hotel or things like that. Schopenhauer with his dog only, you know, no wife, no woman in his life. Yeah, but at the same time, they have some very nice idea that we can take and use it as a practice. Yeah, because philosophy is not only the idea of Hegel, it's how to put them in practice. You know, when Hegel said a truth presupposed mistake, something we will do here, you know. And you do that also with the children, you know, when you want them to emerge something, you know. Then I said there is no fast, no right answer, but something we're going to discuss, something we're going to dig on it. And after we'll see, does it make sense or does it make sense? Sometimes you have some ideas which seems very absurd, but at the same time, if you analyze them, you will find something even you as adult you didn't think about it. Yes? Did I answer your question or not?
Yeah.
You think so? If you say no, I do it again. You know?
I thank you a lot about the very brief because actually here we don't have that approach about philosophy. Yes, really. My questions that just want more minutes from you all. Just the three aspects.
Yes.
In philosophy, in practical philosophy. Is to serve what exactly?
That, you know, maybe you discover after the workshop.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe you will understand, you know? Okay? It's for that. That's only theory. It's for that I said I talk too much already. Because I want you to improve yourself with the workshop we will do. That's okay with you?
Yeah.
And after, you know, I will take time because I think it's important to discuss about the philosophical attitudes and philosophical competencies. Okay, attitudes which come directly from the philosophers, you know, and the competencies that we use, like how to argue, how to conceptualize, to monetize, to identify, to analyze, etc. But that's also it's part of the work. Okay?
Okay, last and short, very short question.
Yes?
Do you have to remember all things you said?
No.
Three things before the workshop?
No,
Okay.
no, it's all right. Don't worry. No. And what I will give you my email, and of course, if you want to exchange, and I can send you some material by mail.
Yeah.
It's very easy. Yes. Then don't worry about too much. I have this also in English, then I can send it to you. Okay, and you will have it on the camera anyway. No, don't. It's just for you to understand, you know, more than I don't want you to. Okay, it's not conference. It's really something more. Okay, let's go to the ring. Okay. Okay, I have the exercise. Okay, yes. Okay, very good. Okay. Then in the following alternative, what will you decide in priority? Yes? Okay? And I will ask you what you will decide between. Obey to the law or decide by yourself. Obey to the law or decide by yourself. You have to choose between the two. What will you decide in priority? And you give an argument. And what I will propose to do, everybody write his own answer. Is that clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah? If I ask you, and don't forget now it's a workshop, and I show you how I work with the children and with the adults. Okay?
Yes.
That's what I do. Can you repeat the instruction, please?
So now maybe people answer the question that you obey the law or you decide yourself by regretting, I guess.
When you say I guess, what does it mean?
That maybe sometimes I didn't catch your word.
That maybe, and it's something new for you that you don't catch what somebody said, it's something you know already.
No, I didn't catch your word before.
Oh, you didn't catch
Yeah.
my word. But did you say it?
Well, I heard something and I repeat it.
Yes, but look, you know, and that it's very interesting because it happens all the time. You know, you pick up someone and you say, just can you repeat what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, and you say, I didn't catch it. But you have to say before, I didn't catch it. Because you know, and you know that with the children, you ask them to do something, they do some other things because they didn't understand. But they don't want to say it because they're afraid of the other children, they're afraid that they laugh, they're ashamed of something. And then I say, it's your responsibility. Idea of Sartre, French philosopher, he said, everybody is responsible for himself, of what he says, of what he does. And in a class, I said to the kids, look, you have the right not to understand. But your responsibility is to say it in front of the other. To say, look, I don't understand, somebody will repeat. And I said, usually if there is one who didn't understand, you can be sure that there are some other who don't want to say it. You know, but even with four persons, but imagine in a group, you know, if you don't say it, then very important, when you give an instruction, be sure before answering that you understand it. Okay? Then somebody can repeat the instruction.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Like with a kid, it's more easy. You just do that and okay? Yes?
Your question is, I repeat her words or your words?
What do you think? You repeat her words or my words? I love it.
Wow, it's a challenge. I tried because it's like memory.
No, I don't ask you to try, you know.
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah.
Never try, just do it. But what do you think? You have to repeat Anne? That's right.
Yes.
Anne words or my words?
Your words.
Okay, then go ahead.
Now before we go to the workshop, all of us will make a decision between two options. One is follow the rule, and the second is make our own rules.
Okay, just who agrees with you about that? Who thinks it's the instruction I gave? You just press your hand if you think it's what I said. Who think it's not what I ask you? Just raise your hand.
Not.
Not.
Yeah.
Okay, you think not?
How about Harvard?
No, it's not apple. You think it's. Look, imagine you have a nice looking man, he said, do you want to marry me? Apple it. What do you think he will say? Yeah, she's very enthusiastic, or say, oh, maybe I'll find somebody else. Okay?
That makes sense, huh?
Then you think, is the instruction or it's not?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, but you think it's not. And what do you think, Bali? Is the instruction what I give or not?
Half. Yeah, not very clear.
Not very clear. That means it's more yes or more no?
More yes.
Oh, then more yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then you see it's more yes too, but she thinks no. Then, first of all, you go to the no. What makes you say that it's not the instruction I give? Okay, go ahead.
So I use my memory. I think that we have to make a choice between obey the law or live my own way. That's what I meant.
Okay, look, now, who accept Joe, you pronounce your name?
Yeah.
Nya?
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me for pronunciation.
Okay.
Who accept what she said now? You have the choice between you and between her.
Yeah.
What do you do? Who vote for
That's
her?
me.
Yeah, I asked
Already.
Who vote for her? Raise your hand. Who vote for him? Raise your hand.
And for me?
Vote for you. And who vote for you? And what about you?
I think he repeat your word, but in his way. He translate into
In Czech?
Yes.
Okay, and what did she do? What did she do?
More direct. More precise.
Oh, yes, you know, somebody talks, you don't talk for the other.
Okay.
For the next time I say, are you his father? Okay, then forget it. Don't give you so much choice.
What did you say actually?
No, you don't ask that. Really?
Okay, I cannot ask him.
No, you don't ask, you know, you have to make choice, you know. What do you think?
No, but I didn't catch it clearly.
You know, it's the second time. Then I'm asking now, does it happen sometimes or only now that you don't catch what people say?
No, I'm catching, but
Look, you said I didn't catch it, and you said it with me already. It's something you know already. It happens in your life, or it just now?
just now.
Just today. You know, when a kid says that, usually I ask with the others. And you have always one kid, he say, oh no, let's leave today. It's hot already. I want to see for just to make you conscious of that. You know? And we, like I said, we tell the truth. Okay, it happened, if it's happened, okay. It's not a big deal, but you know to admit things. You understand? Because, you know, when you say, second time you say, I didn't catch it, then, you know, it's you know, it rings in my head. You understand that? You know, like when a child tells you something and you don't believe him. And you try to question him to find the truth because he knows that, you know, but at the same time he doesn't want to say. You know, it's some tricks I use. And you can use that with the kids in a class, but in any kind of book. Even when you have a meeting with adults, you know, something very easy to catch. Okay? But as a nice person today, I will repeat what I have to say. But, you know, I have to say that my neighbor was right. You see? But usually, you know, in a group, sometimes you say, okay, now it's a majority, we accept the majority. But it's for that. Remember I said to listen. It's very hard to listen. Okay? Then instruction is in the following alternative. What will you decide in priority? Obey to the law or decide by yourself. Is that clear now? What do you have to do?
We answered the question. Which one is your priority? Obey the law or decide yourself?
Okay, and you give an argument. Okay, you have 2 minutes to do that. That's okay? Yes? You want a big pencil? No, it's all right? Okay. I have plenty. Sorry, I'm teasing you. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, good. Okay, I'm just writing over to the law. now you do the exercise.
But I'm asking about this, about some concept.
So, but just you're not sure, but
No. I'm asking. I want to ask a question about a concept in the.
Something you didn't understand
about the law, the word law.
It's your problem. You understand the word, the law? You understand what does it mean?
Yes, but.
Yes, okay. No, there is no yes but. You understand? Yes, okay, then you go with it. Okay? But you see again.
Yeah.
You see again, I didn't catch it. You're not sure. And it's something you know already or only now?
Okay, I just want to make sure that we understand the word law has been the same meaning.
No. The law is a law. If you understand, it's your choice now. You take it as you wish, But look, because then what you want to do, like you did, I didn't catch it. Okay, just for 1 minute. And something I use and it's very important for me, You said, with me, I didn't catch it. With my neighbor, you didn't catch it. And now we want to be sure. And then I'm asking, it's something you know that you're not sure, that you want something, or it's something new for you? That you want to be sure.
That
Yes.
we understand the word law in the same meaning.
Yes, but why is it important for you?
It how to say it let me choose that or not.
Yes, but the law. Do you understand what is the law in general? Or in Vietnam, the law has different meanings.
Well, for example, maybe I have given an example.
No, not now, just for you. Just try to ask my question, The law, usually it has only one meaning, general meaning, or it has different meanings? When you say about the law. What is the law in Vietnamese? How will you translate the law in Vietnamese? Locally?
Some words can translated from the law.
Yeah, but the law.
No, quy định, luật lệ. Very general, yeah.
Very general,
Yeah, very general.
Very general.
They follow, we say and follow.
Okay, yeah, but just to bother you a little bit, because I like to bother people, it's my work, but not just as that, something, because you're not sure, something that's in your life, or it's something new for you that you're not sure.
Okay, there are two things turning on my mind when I think about the word law.
No, I'm not talking about the law. I don't care about the law. My interest is not the law, it's you. And my work is not about that, is only a pretext to think. But my interest is when I talk with someone, I want to be sure we talk to each other. We understand each other. Okay? And the fact you say, I'm not sure. Alright? Is it something you know already that you're not sure? Or it's something only new that you discover now?
I'm already not sure.
Already? And how do you call a person who is not sure? If you have one concept for this, how to qualify this? You have a word?
I think about the law made by government or...
No, I'm not. I don't care about the law now. I'm thinking, I care about you. You understand? My caring is about you as a person. That, I can put anything on the board. It's only a pretext to make you think. But now what does interest me is you, is how you think. And when you deal with children or with any kind of people, but let's talk about children, you have to know what is their mind, like a psychologist, to understand someone, you have to know it, And I'm asking because you say I'm not sure. then forget about the law. Forget about it's just about you. Is that okay? I do it again. It's something you know in your life that you're not sure, or it's something new for you?
I know and I'm not sure.
You know that you're not sure. And how do you call a person who is not sure? You have a concept for this, one word for this? You have one in mind?
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. No, it's okay. You can say it in Vietnamese and we translate. No problem. Wondering?
Yeah.
Somebody has a word for this. Somebody who is not sure. If you want to qualify this person, you will say she's what? Yes, somebody who is not sure. She said, I'm not sure. How do you qualify such a person who is not sure?
Hesitate.
Okay, then she's hesitant.
Yeah.
Okay. Hesitant. You know the word in Vietnamese? Yes.
Yes.
You have another word?
Resistant.
Skeptical. Skeptical. You have a word also? No? Okay. Wondering, but yes, but somebody who's wondering, how is she? If you have an adjective to qualify this.
Yeah, you can use it too.
Yes, then hesitant and skeptical.
Yeah.
Just like that, you know. It's what I use. We really do the process. What will you choose? Are you more skeptical or hesitant?
Skeptical là gì?
Skeptical.
Nghĩa là hay nghi ngờ, nghi ngại lúc nào cũng luôn không chắc lắm mà có biết thì là
Why are you sorry? It's the second time you are sorry. No, please, don't be sorry. Even it's okay. You don't understand, somebody translate. You don't have to be sorry, okay? Because again, and look, just like that, and I stop with you, but just one moment. And imagine for the kids, what's happened. Somebody who is not sure, somebody who is sorry all the time, Then, do you see? And what does it mean that she's insecure? She trusts herself or not? Do you think? Imagine somebody who said, "I'm sorry" all the time, and you did it twice in a few seconds. I'm not sure. Do you think it's somebody who was trusting herself or no? No?
No.
And do you trust yourself or no usually? You don't have to answer, but just to think about that. And then because if you don't want to admit it, that means that you don't want the other to discuss with you. You understand? For that I said, philosophy, so we say the truth. We are what we are who we are, to accept it. And it's very hard, because always we want to show that we are the best, we are the most beautiful, or everything. But the mirror, in the morning sometimes, you say, well, today I'm looking very nice. And the next when I say, well, maybe I better go back to bed, It happens, but we don't like to admit it in front of the other. And here our work, is doing that, to admit things. Okay, I'm insecure. Okay, I don't trust myself. But if you accept to recognize it, you can work on it. That means that you want to advance. But if you don't want, the problem begins. You understand? And you have that with children. They don't want to admit they did something wrong. They don't want to admit anything. Or the teacher who doesn't want to admit he did a mistake. I don't know, sometime, or maybe as a mother, you scream to you because you think he makes you crazy and you just want to. Of course, you don't do it because you're okay. But sometimes you say, damn it, if I just can't throw it in the window, you don't do it. But if you recognize it, then you can work on it.
Mm-hmm.
But unless you're not conscious of that,
Yeah.
it's impossible to confront the other, to face the other. Then I say the other, is another yourself, is different, but is also another yourself. that you are Vietnamese, I'm black, I'm white, we don't care. You know, we are human, and as human, you are a mirror. Even if he's a man, imagine I'm a black woman, you're a Vietnamese man, but we are the same. Somewhere, as human beings, we are the same. Even if we are different because of language, of skin, of anything. And that's for me is that, you know, philosophy is that, to confront the other, to accept it as a mirror. You understand that? Then, but thank you for this, you know, because, you know, and I do that with the kid, you know, because sometimes you see the kids, of course he's not very happy about that, but you say, okay, thank you, because then that means that we see the problem, it's no big deal, but at the same time, it's good. Then you say thank you to the kids or something, and then you continue. That's okay? You're right?
Yeah.
Okay. We come back to the law. Then, whatever you understand, we say,
Okay.
finish? Okay, all right. We wait until everybody has finished. Okay, you are finished? Okay. Then in the group, I always ask, when we say, okay, 2 minutes, you check with everybody, and if somebody has not finished, you just say, okay, how much time you want, and of course if really hasn't arrived, and all the time with the group, you begin with the one who didn't do the work. All the time. Ask him, why didn't you do the work? What was the problem in it? And after, you go in the others. But you always begin with the one who didn't do the work. You don't let them away with that, because sometimes because he didn't listen, or because he didn't understand, or because he wasn't sure, but trying to work on that all the time. Okay, then what I propose to you, because we are a few people, when we are a big class, you cannot do that, of course, but here we can listen to everybody very carefully, and I will ask you if you see a problem. And then I'm just going to take a small parenthesis. It's an idea of Hegel, then a German philosopher, who distinguished between internal critique and external critique. The external critique is something is when you say who doesn't agree, who agree with it. And that you have to say I agree because I don't agree. But here, in this work, we do more of the internal critique. Internal critique, that means that you, when, for example, we're going to hear all of us, you're going to try to see a problem. Not because you disagree with the other, but because you see a problem is what she said. Maybe it's not clear, maybe there is no argument. Okay, then it obliges you to go to the other. Forget about yourself. It's what we call internal critique. Internal critique, external critique. Idea of Hegel. Yes? You understand? Yes? Okay, then here, it will... Yes, you understand?
It will clear more clear about...
Yes, right. Okay, what did you understand about the internal critique? Or you don't know?
Not understand yet.
Okay, then did somebody understand about the internal critique? You want to do it? I like that. And after we say
Internal. Can you explain to me? internal critic, what does this mean?
You can explain or not. If you can do it, if you cannot, you say
I Vietnamese is easy for me.
yes, in Vietnamese it's fine with me. Yes, okay. Yes, do it in Vietnamese.
Okay, please.
Em không hiểu ý đấy là ý gì.
Nó rõ ràng.
No, please. You want some help? She explained. Now you not ask question. You listen to what she
She's
says.
asking me in Vietnamese. She's asking me.
What do you ask him in Vietnamese? He said he didn't understand. What is internal critic?
No way.
You know? Yeah, I don't understand Vietnamese. I see. You don't need to know the language. Idea is internal critic. Did you understand what is internal critic?
As I understand is we don't criticize the arguments of other people. Maybe we just want to ask to explain more or something like that.
What is something like that?
No, like for example, like that. The internal. That means you want me to explain more what I have said.
Yes.
You don't ask me to. You don't talk to me like I was wrong or I was right.
Yes, right?
That's
Yes,
okay.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, internal critique is not agreement or disagreement. If there is a problem in what you say, if there is it clear? Is it relevant? Is there an argument? Okay? Is it weak? Maybe it's weak argument, it's strong argument. You know, very important. Internal critique. That means that we're going to examine the sentence and to see. Maybe you didn't answer the question, maybe you didn't follow the instruction. Then to see a problem in general is that. Internal critique, who sees the problem? But you can say, is it clear and everything? But it's not talking, I don't agree because try, okay? And you give your own ID. We don't care about the other ID now. We take one ID and we examine it. Okay, but we are four. Usually in a group you said, okay, who wants to begin? And you have a couple of hands raised, and usually I said, look, I don't work only with 3 kids, I work with everybody. Then you wait, and when you have a group, you can ask somebody, for example, the first one who raises his hand, you ask him to choose someone. Because you know, and in class you see that when you work with children, it's usually what we call the peloton, you know? You work with 5 or 6 kids who raise their hands because it's much easy, but you forget about the other. But here, it's really try, and usually the ones who raise their hand is not because they don't know, but maybe because they are shy, because they're not used to speak in front of the others, and it's also to say, you have the right to speak like the others. You know, and for me it's very important, you work with everybody, try to work at least with everybody. Like for example, in a group you say, you choose someone, I don't choose a child, but the one who speaks, say now you choose someone, and you choose someone in priority, somebody who didn't speak. Then it turns and it makes something really, like to construct something in a group. And it's tools I use.
Yeah.
Okay, then is that clear now? What is internal critique?
Clearer,
Clearer? Yes or no?
but not sure.
But no, not sure. I'm just asking, you know, you want to marry me? I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, maybe I didn't do the right thing. You know, you forget about your insecurity. Do you think you understood or you didn't understand? Wow.
I thought I understood, but then I think that I don't understand.
Okay, just what did you... Okay, now we're going to try. If you think you understood, what did you understand?
Yeah, I thought that internal critic means that we focus on the personal problem when looking to the sentence rather than the sentence itself. But then from your explanation, I thought, no, now the problem is in the sentence itself.
Okay.
That's the problem.
You know what? I propose, we go up and we'll see.
Okay.
Maybe with the practice you will understand better.
Yeah.
But always good to say, okay, but I'm not sure. I understand or either I don't understand. And if somebody said, I'm not sure, then you try at least, what did you understand? Because usually a child will say, I don't understand, you go to somewhere. No, what did you understand? Maybe it's only a word.
Yeah.
Maybe it's explanation. You know, just try to identify. One of the competencies to identify what is the problem in the fact that you didn't understand. And that even when you have a meeting, you know, with adults, it's the same. You know, sometimes that don't understand, but make it clear. You know. Okay. Then maybe we begin by you. We listen to you, okay? And we listen to you, and to you, to you, and to you. We don't say anything. If you want somebody to repeat what he says, you do it. And what I will do, because we are only 4, then it's easy to do it, I will write them on the board, and that's it, without saying anything. That's okay?
Okay.
You want me to do that, or just to listen?